नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Welcome to Nithyananda Yoga, where we transcend the limits of conventional practice and dive deep into the source of our being, drawing from the original source of yoga itself. Today, we're embarking on a journey of a simple 308 asanas, the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. But it's not just about contorting the body or mastering complex postures. It is about connecting in oneness with the cosmos. Your body will be like wax, moldable and pliable. Today, as we embark on this journey, shed the notion of limitations. Forget the boundaries imposed by your bone and flesh. Instead, recognize yourself as the very source material of the cosmos, the consciousness from where we all come from. With each movement, you will not just be stretching muscles. You will be reaching into the depths of your consciousness. Visualize yourself as a sculptor, crafting your form with intention and precision. Want to grow 4 inches taller by the end of this session? Believe it, for your body is a wax waiting to be molded as per your intention. There is only one enemy towards this that we have built within each one of us. That is the parasites of negativity. Every muscle you have built in the moment of anger, of anxiety, of pain, of incompletion becomes the boundary of your consciousness. Today, we embark on a journey to detoxify ourselves, make us experience our original nature as divine. So as we go through these 12 components, which is so unique to Nithyananda Yoga, from the original source, the Vedas and Agamas. Remember, you are not bound by limitations. You are the creator of your reality. Embrace your true nature. Let us sculpt our beings into an epitome of strength, flexibility, and bliss. Welcome to a transformative experience like no other, Nithyananda Yoga. There are 12 different components that consist Nithyananda Yoga. One is the asanas, which we traditionally know of. The various body postures revealed by Paramashiva to align the physical geometry of our body, the physical geography of our body, to the cosmic geometry, the cosmic geography. As Paramashiva says, sthiram sukham asanam, that body posture which is steady, comfortable, because it's in its original nature of Paramashivatva. The second are the pranayamas, the various systematic breathing techniques that Paramashiva has revealed for each one of us, that connect us to the higher dimensions of the cosmos and increase the life energy within us. The fourth are the bandhas, the different internal locks of the body. The third are the mudras, the various hand gestures and body movements to seal that life energy within ourselves. The very word mudra means seals. You will be able to seal the space of oneness within you with Paramashiva. The fourth are the bandhas, the various internal locks of the body to awaken the Kundalini Shakti, our latent potential energy, and make us conducive for the ultimate experience. The fifth are the karanas, the beautiful dance movements of the body, revealed by Paramashiva to put you in the space of ultimate bliss, and which engage all the different parts of your body. The next are the visualizations. As Swamiji says, the intention with which you move your body manifests as your reality. As you hold the visualization within you of the various gods and goddesses of Kailasa, of the various beings of this universe, you manifest the powers of those beings within you. The next are the japas, the various powerful energy vibrations of the cosmos that you will be subtly repeating in your throat center that will cause your very DNA to be bound to the cosmos, to your consciousness with the highest frequency possible. The next are the pramanas, the chanting of the sacred mantras, the original source scripture of Hinduism that reveal the science of Nityananda Yoga, of yoga, because as Swamiji says, yoga has a source and it is Hinduism. These original verses will manifest the vision Paramashiva had when he created yoga in each and every one of us. There are weights, which is an optional component, helps us to enhance our experience of Nityananda Yoga as revealed from the source scriptures of Hinduism. The next are the mandalas, the cosmic geometrical representation. The Shri Chakra, the Shri Yantra, which is the direct geometrical representation of the cosmos. When you keep that in front of you and gaze at it throughout your Nityananda Yoga, your body will fluidly just align itself to the cosmos. We have the Abharana, the Rudraksha, which we keep on our body, which acts as an energy battery, sucking in, storing the energy that we produce during this Nityananda Yoga and releasing it to us throughout the day to fuel our entire day with consciousness. The last but not the least are the Aushadas, the various sacred herbs that you can apply to, which can be infused with the thought current of Paramashivatva to manifest it within you. With this understanding, let us get right into the practice of Nityananda Yoga, which starts with invoking the presence of Paramashiva himself, the very being of Paramashiva, to witness our Nityananda Yoga today, with the chanting of the Shiva Moola Mantra.
Let us now chant the Shiva Moola Mantra 11 times internally. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha.
The next step of this ritual of yoga, as Swamiji reveals, yoga is a ritual, a methodology to connect yourself with the divine. As every ritual in Hinduism goes, we cleanse the three elements of our body, of the world, and of the ultimate with the Tattvachamanam.
The next is the Tattvachamanam. So now I request all the participants to have the Panchapatram and the Uddharani, the traditional cup and the spoon filled with some fresh water. Now, keeping your right hand in the shape of a cow's ear, the Gokarna Mudra, pour an Uddharani of water from the Panchapatram and chanting each of the following mantras internally, drink the water that flows to the base of the palm. Om Atmatattvam Shodayami Svadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodayami Svadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodayami Svadha. Wash your right hand with water from the Panchapatram. Now, chanting the following mantra internally, wipe the upper and lower lips twice using the base of the right hand thumb, moving the hand from right to the left of the lips. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your right hand with water from the Panchapatram. Now, with the tips of right hand index, middle and ring finger, touch above the upper lips and below the lower lips. Wash your right hand with water from the Panchapatram. Now, with the tips of right hand index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of right hand ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your right hand with water from the Panchapatram. Now, with the base of the right hand thumb and little finger, touch the navel, right chest, left chest. With the right hand, fingertips together, touch the top of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center.
With that, we have the Sankalpa. The Sankalpa, the manifestation of our conscious intention. What is it today each one of us want to manifest through Nithyananda Yoga? Hold that in your inner space. Through this conscious intention, which directly happens with the blessings, with the grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyanaanda Paramashivamam, you will just see your intention manifesting as reality.
The next is the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. So now I request all participants now to, with your right hand, cover your left palm, which is the Sankalpa Mudra, and keep both the hands on the right thigh. Continue to keep this mudra till the end of the Sankalpa. Om Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nityanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय परार्धे श्री श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शखाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये शुभनाम संवत्सरे शुभायने शुभऋतौ शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकरण एवं गुणविशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदितौ श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशांत श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिव पुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमन्य तुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संग सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्याप वर्ग वर्ष विश्रान जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीत सर्वज्ञ पीत त्रिनवद्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्रे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मुनि इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र सूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूढ़ाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीताधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अतल पीता अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अतल पीताधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीता त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेम स्थैर्य वीर विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्त मंगलावाप्यर्थं भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव कृपा कटाक्षेण पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Now wash your right hand with water from the Panchapatram. Om Apaupasprisya.
Now, let's get started with the asanas. Okay? Sit first in a cross-legged position on the ground in Sukhasana.
Bring your hands into the Bindu Mudra with your thumbs and index fingers touching each other. Place it on top of your knees. Here we have the Kumbhaka, the pranayama of Samana Kumbhaka. As you inhale and exhale, visualize flames licking up your spine. Do the bandhas, the locks, the Mahamudra Bandha, all three of the bandhas, where you are doing the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking in your chin to your chest, the Udyana Bandha, sucking in your stomach, and the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. For the first set of asanas, we have the japa Soham, which you'll be repeating in your throat center. As you do Sukhasana, visualize Lord Shiva in your inner space. The next asana is Parvatasana. Now, from the seated position, bring both your feet to the opposite thighs. Clasp your hands together in front of your heart center in the Anjali Mudra and raise it above your head. Keep your hands as straight as you can. Continue the Samana Kumbhaka and the Japa of Soham. Remain with all the three bandhas, the chin to your chest in Jalandhara Bandha, the stomach tucked in Udyana Bandha, and the clenched perineum in Moola Bandha. Here, visualize yourself as Mount Kailash. The next asana is Hali Pavasana. Now slowly bring your feet together in front of your body as you stretch it out a little further away. Now bring your hands behind your back and clasp the left hand by your right. Lean forward, placing your forehead on the ground as you continue to engage all the three bandhas. Here, gaze at your nose. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now, in a similar position from Hali Pavasana, just release your hands, slightly get up and bring your hands in front of your body. Place them on the ground, cupping your hands, making a hollow in Nagi Pavasana. Visualize yourself as a snake, gazing at your nose. Continue the japa, the pranayama, and all three bandhas engaged. Now, raise up. This is Kokilasana. Hold your big toes with your index and middle finger in the Prana Mudra. Stretch your legs straight out and upwards. Cross it into Padmasana. Bring it to your opposite thighs. Lean forward and down onto your elbows. Again, tuck your chin into your chest, suck in your stomach, and clench the perineum in the Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize yourself as a bird in Kokilasana. The next is Nithyasana. Now, raise up again. Bring one ankle to the top of the opposite knee. Hold the elbows with your hands. Hold the respective elbows with the opposite hands. Again, engage all the three bandhas and rotate your arms in a circular motion. Keep the spine completely straight and gaze towards your nose. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Next is Gajasana. Press your hands onto the ground. You can bring your feet a little back as you raise yourself up, your hips up high. Lower your head and then chest, scooping your body forward again and again. Here, engage the Udyana Bandha, where you suck in your stomach along with the Moola Bandha, clenching the perineum. Visualize yourself as an elephant. Gajasana. Now stop the movement slowly. In another dynamic asana, which is Rikshasana, you will start alternatively pressing the heel of one foot onto the ground while lifting the other heel up. Repeat this again and again. The next is Vaishyasana. Now slowly come to a standing position. Stand tall on the tips of just your big toes. Keep your head neck straight line. And bring the middle, index and ring fingers to your heart in the Hridaya Mudra. Continue engaging the Udyana Bandha. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Here we have a very interesting movement, which is the Karanas, the dance movements. So the first Karana is Urdhva Janu Karana, which literally means the raised knee. So now stand in the Aramandi position, which is your heels touching together, the toes facing outwards, almost at a 45-degree angle. Bend your knees low And keep both your hands at your chest, elbows parallel to the ground. Twist one knee towards the center of your body. Raise it up, back across the body back to the original position. Simultaneously with the leg movement, follow it with your respective hand, up and across the body. Repeat this alternatively on both sides. Now, in Balalingasana, come back to a standing position straight and interlace your fingers from outside in. This is the Sarva Vashankari Mudra. Hold on to your knee, pulling it up towards your chest. Pull it tight. Continue to keep your spine straight. Engage all the three bandhas, the Jalandhara Bandha, the Udyana Bandha and the Moola Bandha. As you are holding your knee, visualize yourself holding, caressing a baby. Balalingasana. The next asana is Pada Pidanasana. Now the same foot which is raised, clasp it with your hands and pull it behind towards your body, holding it with both your hands. Again, engage all the three bandhas, standing tall. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. From here, let's enter into Natarajasana. Now, the same foot you're already holding behind your back, twist the same hand of that leg inwards and pull the leg back. Extend the opposite hand forward with the index and thumbs together, again in the Bindu Mudra. Now, pull the foot back and up while leaning forward in Natarajasana. Hold your balance here. Here you will be engaging only the Moola Bandha, visualizing yourself as Lord Nataraja, the Lord of Dance. Now again let's repeat Balalingasana on the other side with the other leg. Pull it up towards your chest with the hands in the Sarva Vashankari Mudra. Engage all the three bandhas as you visualize yourself holding and caressing a baby. Now pull your foot back into Pada Pidanasana on the other side. Remain with all the three bandhas engaged. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And lean forward. Now, hands stretched in the Bindu Mudra into Natarajasana. Balance there as you visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja. Now, come back to a standing position. Release your leg. Gain your balance. As we enter into the Ardharechita Karana. Now again bring yourself to the Aramandi position, heels together, toes pointed outwards and knees bent. Now from this position, bring your right foot onto the tips of the toes behind the left heel. The heel should be up. Bring your left hand towards your chest, parallel to the ground again, and extend the right arm out and wide like a pendulum. Bring it back towards your chest. Now while your arm is swinging, remember to move your fingers one by one inwards towards the palm and then outwards. Now place the right hand over the nose. Uncross your ankles. Let's do this on the other side also. Cross the left ankle behind and stretch the left hand out like a pendulum. Bring it to your nose and cross the ankles. Now let us enter into the skeleton dance. It's a very powerful meditation. It cleanses the muscle memory. Any patterns which are there within your muscle memory can be completely wiped out through this skeleton dance. Just 2 simple steps. Now stand straight, visualize yourself as a skeleton. You can close your eyes. Just visualize yourself as pure bones. There are no muscles, no veins, no nerves, tissues, organs, nothing. Just bones, a skeleton form. And shake your body intensely. As a skeleton, you are moving yourself wildly, intensely. Just shake it all out. Move your hands, move your legs, your head. Let there be no bone in your body untouched. Just move it. Move wildly. Shake, shake. Literally feel yourself throwing all the patterns out of your system with the intensity of your shaking. Now slowly calm down. Take a few steps, gain your breath back. That's a powerful meditation we did. Let us do the next Karana. Again, come back to a standing position. Do the Aramandi. Your toes outwards, knees bent with your feet together. Now here, raise your hands above your head. Keep your palms completely straight and cross the wrists with the palms facing forward and the back of the hands outward. Now from the crossed wrists, uncross the wrists, spreading your arms out wide while you turn your hip towards the side. Turn by the waist sideways. Bring your hands back over the head and turn on the other side. Repeat this on the other side. Do it again. Let's twist out. Come back to the middle and twist out again. This is the Kati China Karana. Now stand tall. Raise your hands above your head. Bring yourself to the top of the tip of your toes. Let your hands face each other parallel to the ears. You're tall, pushing yourself, stretching yourself. Again, engage all the three bandhas. Tucking in your chin to the chest, sucking in your stomach and clenching your perineum. Visualize yourself as a palm tree. We have the japa changing over here where you will be repeating Shivoham in your throat center. Tadasana. Now, as we enter into Uttanasana, relax and lean forward, bringing your hands on by the ground next to your feet. Keep your palms flat on the ground. Try your best. Engage all the three bandhas. Remain with all the three bandhas engaged as you visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, in your inner space. Now jump your feet back into Tarakshvasana, coming to a plank position. Keep your hands shoulder width apart. Be steady there. Chuck in your chin to your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha as well as engaging the Moola Bandha. Now rotate your head while in the Jalandhara Bandha from shoulder to shoulder, side to side. This is Tarakshvasana. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Yes. Now lay flat onto the ground in Bhujangasana. Lower your entire body down. Now point your toes backwards. Keep your hands by the side of your chest and push yourself off the ground. Remember to use the strength of your lower back to hold yourself up. Open your mouth wide. Inhale through the hollow of your throat and exhale through your nose. This is the Bhujangani Mudra. In Bhujangasana, you will visualize yourself as a cobra. Now come back into a plank position. So you can tuck in your toes and come back into a plank position. In Shashasana, alternate bringing one knee towards your chest, back and forth. So you'll bring one knee front, push it back and bring the other knee. Repeat this again and again. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Simple breathing in, breathing out. Engage the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Okay. Now place your legs back into the plank position as we enter into Rathasana. Again, bring one foot between your hands and alternate jumping one foot back and bringing the other foot forward simultaneously. Again and again. Continue the Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha engaged as you visualize yourself as a chariot, a Ratha, in Rathasana. Now, into Veerabhadrasana. remain one leg in between your hands. So as you jump, one leg comes between your hands, stop in that position, one leg stretched back, and raise yourself up into a standing position. So the front foot will be pointing forwards and bent at a 90-degree angle. The knee will be bent at a 90-degree angle. The other leg, which is extended back, the foot will be pointed sideways at a 45-degree angle. Now raise your palms, hands up, parallel beside your ears. Do the Udyana Bandha along with the Mula Bandha, pulling in your stomach in. Gaze towards your third eye as you visualize yourself as Lord Veerabhadra. Now relax down, switch your legs around, and let us do Veerabhadrasana on the other side. Stretch your hands up, gaze towards your third eye, suck in your stomach in the Udyana Bandha, and visualize yourself as Lord Veerabhadra. Okay, bring your feet together now. Let us move into Vrikshasana. Now stand tall, gain your balance here slowly. Bring one foot towards the inner thigh. Bring your palms together, raise them up above your head in the Anjali Mudra. Keep your elbows as straight as you can. Again, continue the Udyana Bandha, sucking in your stomach. Gaze forward, hold your balance, visualize yourself as a tree, the stability of a tree in Vrikshasana. Now, slowly bring your hands down. Now the foot which is in your inner thigh, bring it towards the opposite, to the root of the opposite thigh. Bring your hands in the Namaskar Mudra in front of your heart center together and visualize yourself here as Lord Garuda, just engaging the Mula Bandha alone here. This is Garudasana. Now let us repeat Vrikshasana on the other side. Slowly put your foot down. Bring the other foot to the inner thigh. Raise your hands above your head. Suck in your stomach in the Udyana Bandha and visualize yourself as a tree. Let's repeat Garudasana on the other side. Slowly bring the foot to the opposite thigh and lower your hands to be in front of your heart center. Release the Udyana Bandha, just engaging the Mula Bandha, clenching your perineum. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, the eagle vehicle of Lord Mahavishnu. Okay, bring both your feet to the ground now and spread them far apart from each other. Now keep one leg toes pointing forward and the other set of toes pointing sideways. Straighten your arms out parallel towards the ground. Bring your front arm down towards the front foot, beside your foot, while the other arm extends towards the sky. Visualize yourself as a triangle in Trikonasana. Now raise up and let's repeat Trikonasana on the other side. Switch the position of your legs around and go forward. The other arm raised towards the sky. Visualize yourself as a triangle. Now come back to a standing position. Bring your feet together. We are having another Karana, the Nikuttaka Karana. Bring yourself to the Aramandi position. Feet together, knees out wide. Here now bring your hands towards your chest, but keep both your palms parallel towards each other. Bring your right foot onto the toes with the heels up. And simultaneously bringing the right hand towards the top. Now drop the right foot, simultaneously lifting the left foot onto the toes and switch the hands position. Now the left hand is on the top and the right hand is on the bottom. Repeat and let us do this repeatedly. Okay, relax now, come back to a straight position and sit down onto your toes. Sit on your heels with your toes on the ground, knees raised up off the ground, together in front of you in Angushtasana. Bring your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. We have a very interesting pranayama over here, which is the Bhramari Kumbhaka, where you will be subtly buzzing like a bee as you do this asana. The japa we'll be entering into is Sada Shivoham. In Angushtasana, engage the Mula Bandha as you visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now in the same position, slowly bring your hands to the ground. Balance yourself as you stretch one foot forward, sitting on the heel of one foot and the other foot stretched forward, toes pointed upwards. Bring your hands to the Vara Mudra, just the tips of the finger on the ground while the palm faces forward, both your hands. Continue to engage the Moola Bandha, clenching the perineum as you visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now, stretch, the leg is stretched forward, right? Stretch the same hand, the respective hand forward and clasp onto the big toe of that foot in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers. The other hand, bring it to the back of the respective heel in Vidhunanasana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Okay, bring your 2 feet back together as we repeat Saurasana on the other side. Stretch your left leg forward now. Palms in the Vara Mudra on the ground. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And lean forward into Vidhunanasana on the other leg. Clasp your toes. Bring the other hand to the back heel. Continue to visualize Swamiji. Now bring your 2 feet back together as you continue to sit on the heels, getting a nice toe workout here. Balance on your toes, bring your knees together in front of you. Now place your palms on top of the respective knees with the hands facing upwards, the palms facing upwards. Leave a slight gap between your palms and knees. As you gaze forward, engage the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking in your chin to your chest, and look between the gap between your hands. Brahma Jurankushasana. The next is Kapilasana. Now spread your knees wide and place them onto the ground. Keep your hands on the respective knees. Pull your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Gaze towards your nose as you visualize yourself as Maha Kapila Muni, the first man that ever started thinking. In the same position, just release that Uddiyana Bandha. Release the lock of the stomach, but continue to clench your perineum in Moola Bandha as you switch your gaze to your third eye. So from your nose, switch your gaze to the third eye. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Bhadra Gorakshasana. Next is Suryasana. Now, your toes are tucked. Just lift your knees off the ground, wide apart. Bring your hands together in the Padma Mudra with the little fingers and thumbs joined together. Engage the Uddiyana Bandha, suck in your stomach and raise your hands up tall above your head. Slightly lean back as you look towards the gap between your hands. Visualize Lord Surya in your inner space. Now relax, slowly bring your hands to the ground. Sit on top of your heels, the toes flat. Here, keep your hands on top of your knees and lift your tongue up against the roof of your mouth in the Manduki Mudra. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, simple breathing in and out. Engage the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. With the Japa Sadashivoham, repeating in your inner space, here you will visualize yourself as a frog in Mandukasana. Your tongue pressed against the upper palate. Is your frog-like tongue catching the nectar of immortality dripping from your Sahasrara Chakra? Gaze towards your third eye in Mandukasana. Now from here itself, moving into Uttana Mandukasana. Just bring your hands to the opposite shoulders, remaining in the same seated position. Continue with the Uddiyana Bandha engaged, gazing at your third eye. The Manduki Mudra, tongue pressed against the top of your palate, visualizing yourself as a frog in Uttana Mandukasana. Slowly bring your hands out from behind your back. Now slightly raise up and cross your ankles behind you. Sit on top of your crossed ankles. Keep your knees wide and your fingers spread on the top of your knees, both your hands. Open your mouth wide and stick out your tongue, exhaling forcefully. Gaze at the tip of your nose. Repeat this several times because you're visualizing yourself as a lion in Simhasana. The next asana is Bhadrasana. Now you can release yourself and uncross your ankles. Just keep your toes crossed behind you. Again, sit on top of your heels, keeping your knees wide apart. Cross your hands behind your back, hold on to the big toes in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers. Apply the Jalandhara Bandha, tuck in your chin to your chest along with the Mula Bandha, sucking in your perineum. As you gaze towards your nose, here, resume the Brahmari Kumbhaka, buzzing like a bee subtly in your inner space as you visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now, bring your hands out from behind you. As you bring yourself to a squatting position. Keep your feet flat onto the ground as close together as possible, but your knees opened wide. Bring your body in between your knees, your torso in between your knees, and take your arms in and around your knees towards the back, clasping your fingers, interlacing your fingers behind you in the Parashu Mudra. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a crow in Kakabhusandhyasana. The next asana is Kani Pavasana. Unclasp your hands and place them flat onto the floor. Keep them shoulder width apart for good balance. Now, slowly bring your knees to the back of your arms, above the elbows. Lean your chin forward and down. Keep your gaze steady as you lift your feet off the ground. In Kani Pavasana, visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now in the same position, slowly lower your head to the ground and stretch your legs up high, forming a tripod between your two hands and your head in Kapali Asana. Gaze at your nose, continue the Brahmari Kumbhaka, continue engaging the Mula Bandha and the Japa of Sadashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana is Parshva Mayurasana. Slowly bring your feet down. Yes, relax. And now squat on your toes with your knees together and twist your body. Place both the hands to one side of your knees. Now bring one of your elbows to the knee and the other of your elbows towards the hip. Lean onto your arms, balance, extending your legs out to the side. Gaze towards your third eye, visualizing yourself as a peacock. In Parshva Mayurasana, as you do the pranayama, the Rechaka Kumbhaka, let your exhalations be prolonged and your inhalations be slightly shorter. Now relax, bring your feet to the ground and bring your body to the other side of your knees as you repeat Parshva Mayurasana on the other side. Lean forward, stretch your legs, gaze at your third eye. Visualize yourself as a peacock. Now let's do Bhairaganathasana. Now come again to a plank position. Place your hands down, stretch your legs back and bring one foot around your shoulder to be placed in between both your palms. Gaze at your third eye. Just engage the Mula Bandha, clenching your perineum. Here, this is Bhairaganathasana. Visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava. Slowly bring your foot out and bring the other foot in between your palms, remaining in the plank position. Continue to visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava in Bhairaganathasana on the other side. The next asana is Unmukha Pithasana. Now from the same plank position, bring your forearms onto the ground. Be steady as you walk your feet closer towards yourself, forming like a slight mountain. In Unmukha Pithasana, gaze at your third eye. Continue the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana is Vashishthasana. Now, just raise yourself onto one of your hands. So release your forearms off the ground and raise yourself onto your right arm. And keep your body completely parallel to the ground as you raise your left arm straight above your head. Visualize yourself as Rishi Vashishta as you do the Vashishthasana. Gaze towards the hand on the top. Now slowly bring that hand down. As you switch the hands, bringing your right hand up towards the sky. Balance there, completely straight on your toes. As you visualize yourself as Rishi Vashishta, the Guru of Bhagavan Sri Rama. Now, bring your feet forward into Anjaneyasana. So here you will be sitting on your hips with your legs pointed forward and sit on top of your hands. So keep your palms facing upwards and sit on both your palms as you tuck your elbows into your body. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, continue the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Engage the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking in your chin to your chest, gaze at your nose, visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman in Anjaneyasana. Now, slowly release your hands from under your body as you lean forward into Paschimottanasana. Clasp your respective toes with your index and middle finger. Lean forward and down, bring your elbows to the ground, your forehead towards your knees. Engage all the three bandhas, the Mahamudra Bandha. As you visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your inner space, with a new japa, Mahasadashivoham, starting here. The next is Ugrasana. Now, you can raise up and clasp your hands behind your neck in the Parashamudra. Interlace both your fingers. Lean forward and down, bringing your forehead to your knees and your elbows onto the ground. Again, engage all the three bandhas in the Mahamudra Bandha as you visualize Devi Kali in your inner space in Ugrasana. The next is Marichyasana. So raise up and keep one leg pointed forward while you bring the other leg towards the groin, the knee pointed upwards. Place the foot flat on the ground. Now lean forward, bring both your hands, wrap your arms around the raised knee, clasping your hands behind the back together. Bring your chest to the thigh with your head towards the knee. Here engage just the Moola Bandha, sucking in your perineum, as you visualize yourself as Rishi Marichi in Marichyasana. The next asana is Mahamudrasana. Now slowly raise up and the raised knee, let it rest by your side with your leg towards the inner thigh of the opposite leg. Now again reach down, hold your foot, bring your elbows to the ground, your forehead to your knees. Engage all the three bandhas in the Mahamudra Bandha. Gaze at your nose, visualize Swamiji himself in your inner space. Raise up. Let's repeat Marichyasana on the other side. Bring the other foot straight while the other foot comes into the groin. Knee up. Lean forward, clasping your hands behind your back. Visualize yourself as Sage Marichi. Now from here, raise up, engage all the three bandhas as you let your knee fall to the side. Lean forward, clasping the foot. Gaze at your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Mahamudrasana on the other side. Now, bring yourself to a seated position. Sit and bring the soles of your feet together. Bend your knees and keep your heels as close towards you as possible. While try to touch your knees to the ground. Clasp your feet together with both your hands. Maintain a straight spine. Gaze towards your nose in Bhadrasana 2. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. The next asana is Gwali Pavasana. Now, keeping your feet together, just bring your hands towards the respective knees. Just lightly place them there. Tuck your chin to your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha, continuing to engage the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. As you gaze at your nose, visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now, push your soles slightly further away from you. The joined feet, push it further away from your body. And lean forward, keeping both your hands, the fingers inside of the feet. Hold the soles of your feet. Lean forward and down. Bring your forehead to the ground. Gaze at your nose. Visualize the Yoni Mandala in your inner space. In Joni Asana. The next is Midiki Pavasana. Raise up. Stretch your arms out wide beside your body as you lean forward, your arms going over your knees. Bring your forehead to your feet. Continue to gaze at your nose. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now, in Siddha Samadhi Asana, raise yourself up. Now, put your forearms underneath the calves of the respective legs. Let your palms face up towards the sky as you bring your head down to your feet. Gaze at your nose as you visualize Lord Surya in your inner space in Siddha Samadhi Asana. The next asana is Chiniki Pavasana. Raise up now. Bring both your feet together in front of you. Bring your feet back close to your body. Now place your hands underneath both the feet and pull your feet open like a book facing towards the sky. Both your feet. Press your elbows onto your thighs near the knees and gaze towards your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space in Chiniki Pavasana. Giving yourself a nice stretch. Now release your feet and bring your hands to the respective knees. Gently push down on your knees, pushing it towards the ground. Suck in your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha. Gaze at your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. This is Charapata Chokasana. The next asana is Bhairavasana. Now continuing to remain with your feet together, you can use the help of your hands to bring your toes onto the ground with your heels pointed upwards. Just push yourself and try to do it. Continue to remain with the Uddiyana Bandha engaged, your stomach sucked in. Bring your hands to the Bindu Mudra with the index and thumbs together on top of the knees. Gaze at your third eye. Visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava in Bhairavasana. The next asana is Samanasana. So slowly you can bring your feet out from underneath. Take now one foot towards your chest, holding with both your hands as the other foot rests by the perineum. Pull the sole onto your chest. Gaze at your third eye. Visualize yourself holding the breath in the Mooladhara Chakra, the Chaturdala, the 4-petal lotus of your body. Gaze at your third eye. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space in Samanasana. From here, let's move into Apanasana. Now, the foot that you have towards your chest, just bring it over your shoulder and place both your palms onto the ground beside you. As you lift the leg by your perineum, stretch it out and lift it up high into the sky in Apanasana. Gaze at your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Let's repeat Samanasana on the other side. Bring your foot down. Clasp the other foot towards your chest. Gaze at your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. And bring the foot onto your shoulder as we repeat Apanasana on the other side. Stretch your leg out straight in front of you, up high towards the sky, gazing at the third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Okay, relax slowly. Let's move into Gomukhasana. Now, sitting in a seated position, cross one leg over the other, like over, and align the knees together at the center of your body and the feet by the opposite hips. Place both your hands on top of the stacked knees. Gaze at your nose. Here we have a beautiful pranayama, very cooling pranayama, which is the Sheetkari pranayama, where you will be inhaling through your clenched teeth with your tongue pressed against behind your teeth and exhaling through your nose, creating a hissing sound. The japa will be for the next sequence of asanas. Om Nithyanandoham. Visualize the face of a cow in Gomukhasana. Now keep your knees crossed. From the knees, bring your hands towards the respective toes on the side of the body. Clasp the big toe in Pranamudra. Suck in your stomach in the Udyana Bandha. Visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana. Now in Anusuyasana 2, just bring your hands behind your back, clasped together, interlaced fingers in the Parashamudra. Lean forward and down. Try to bring your nose to touch the ground in front of you. Just visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya and gaze at your nose. Anusuyasana 2. Raise yourself up now. Now bring one foot towards the perineum, knee resting on the ground. Raise your other foot with the foot in front of the lying down foot, knees pointed upwards towards your chest. Place your hands on the respective knees. Keep your spine tall, chest out. Gaze at your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, the eagle vehicle of Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Garudasana 2. From here, moving into Naradasana. Now, keep both your hands, bring both your hands behind your neck and clasp them in the Parashamudra. Interlace your fingers behind your neck. Twist outward of the raised knee. Just keep your whole body outside of the raised knee. Gaze towards your third eye, visualizing yourself as Devarishi Narada in your inner space. From Naradasana, let's enter into Matsya Pithakasana. Place one foot on the top of the opposite thigh. Wrap your respective arm across the knee, holding on to the opposite shin. Extend the opposite hand straight. Hold on to the respective toe with the index and middle fingers in Prana Mudra. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize Matsyavatara, the fish form of Bhagavan Mahavishnu in your inner space in Matsya Pithakasana. From there, let's repeat the Gomukhasana and the rest of the asanas on the other side too. So slowly you can cross your knees over to the other side in Gomukhasana. Keep your hands on the top of your knees. Gaze at your nose as you visualize the face of a cow in Gomukhasana. Continuing into Anusuyasana on the other side, bring your hands to your toes. Suck in your stomach in the Udyana Bandha. Gaze at your nose, visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya. And lean forward, bringing your hands behind your back in Anusuyasana 2. Interlace your fingers in the Parashamudra. Continue to gaze at your nose, visualizing yourself as Rishika Anasuya. As you relax the Udyana Bandha, just clenching the Mula Bandha alone. Raise up, bring your feet together in front of you as we enter into Garudasana 2. Place your hands on the respective knees. Stay straight. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda as you gaze towards your nose. And twist your body out of the raised knee, hands clasped in the Parashamudra behind your neck. Gaze at the third eye, visualizing yourself as Devarishi Narada. And bring the foot to the opposite thigh as we enter into Matsya Pithakasana on the other side. Clasp your toe in Prana Mudra. Gaze at your nose, visualizing Matsya Avatara, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu in your inner space. Now let's enter into Matsyendrasana. Remaining in the same position with one foot on the opposite thigh, place the other foot on the ground on the far side of the other thigh. Twist. Bring your elbow outside the raised knee. Keep the raised arm by your neck. Turn backwards. Gaze towards your third eye, the other hand straight out. Visualize Matsyendranatha, the great Rishi and master of Hatha Yoga in your inner space. Just switch your hands around. Straighten the hand that was originally bent and bend the other hand towards your neck. As we enter into Kubhasana, visualize yourself as a camel. Continue to gaze at your third eye. Now, straighten out both your hands straight out in the same position. Continue to gaze at your third eye, visualizing Matsyendranatha, the master of Hatha Yoga in your inner space. Now, slowly take your foot off from the thigh. As we enter into Matsyendrasana on the other side, bring the other foot to the thigh. Place the other foot on the far side. Twist, bringing your elbows outside of the raised knee, hands on the head. The other hand stretched out back. Twist, gazing at your third eye. Visualize Matsyendranatha in your inner space. Switch the hands around as we enter into Kubhasana on the other side. Remember to visualize yourself as a camel. Now stretch both your hands out in Matsyendrasana 2 on the other side. Visualize Matsyendranatha in your inner space. Now, with one leg on the thigh, bring the other foot too to the opposite thigh in Padmasana. Place your palms on the respective knees. Engage all the three bandhas in the Mahamudra Bandha, tucking your chin to your chest, sucking in your stomach and clenching your perineum. We have a new pranayama here, which is the Shitali Kumbhaka, where you will continue to inhale through the teeth without creating the hissing sound, and exhale through your nose. A new japa of Om Nityananda Mahasadashivoham starts here. Gaze at your nose in Padmasana, visualizing yourself as Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now, keeping your legs in the same position, just cross your hands over each other, clasping onto the toes with your index and middle fingers in the Prana Mudra. Gaze at your nose, visualize yourself as Devi Parvati, the consort of Lord Paramashiva in Padmasana 2. Now, uncross your hands. Take your hands and insert it into the gap between your thighs and your calves. Put both your hands within and pull it out on the other side. As you balance on your hands, lifting your whole body off the ground, visualize yourself as a rooster in Kukkutasana. Now relax. Take your hands out from inside your feet as we enter into Baddha Keki Asana. Place your hand onto the ground as you raise up on your knees. Place your palms on the ground, fingers pointing towards the legs. Now keep your elbows together, pressed against your navel. Slowly lean forward, balancing, and extend your knees off the ground, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. In the same position, stretch your legs out behind you. In Mayurasana, visualize yourself as a peacock. Hold your balance. Relax now. Yes, relax flat onto the ground into Makarasana. Lay down completely flat. Keep your feet pointing outwards, far away from each other. Place your forehead on the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your neck in the Parashumudra. Just relax, visualizing yourself as a crocodile as we go back to the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the simple breathing in, breathing out. Just keep the Moola Bandha alone engaged. The next asana is Shalabhasana. Now lay on your stomach and place your hands on the ground beside the chest. From the laying position, raise your legs up. Use your core strength to bring your thighs off the ground. Visualizing yourself as a locust in Shalabhasana. Relax your feet down and bring your hands to your feet, pulling your feet down towards the ground beside your hips. In Ushtrasana, visualize yourself as a camel. Now slowly kick your legs back. Rise your hand is clasping your feet. Pull your feet towards the sky, lifting your chest and thighs off the ground. In Dhanurasana, gaze at your third eye. Visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow. Relax slowly and come up to a sitting position. In Bhagasana, sit on both your knees with your head, neck and spine straight. Clench your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Place your hands on top of your knees. Gaze towards your third eye, visualizing Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. From here we enter into Gohyasana. We have a couple of headstand postures here, so get yourself ready. Now place your forearms on the ground with your fingers interlocked. Ensure your elbows are at shoulder width for the best balance. Place the top of your head on the ground, holding your head with your hands. Slowly walk your toes forward until your hips are in a straight line with your shoulders, and just kick your feet up slightly, Make sure not to lose your balance. Keep your knees bent together at your chest. Toes pointed upwards. Gaze to your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. From here, stretch your legs out into Shirasasana, continuing to hold the balance there as you continue to gaze at your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Bring your feet to the ground, relax slowly. The next asana is Podhyasana. So come to a seated position. Bring your hands behind your calves, stretching your legs up and your forehead to your knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Here we have a new Kumbhaka, which is the Bhastrika Kumbhaka, where you will be exhaling forcefully, making the sound of a bellows. Podhyasana. The japa for this next series is Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, the Mahavakya. Relax yourself. Continuing to remain balanced with your legs up, just bring your hands to the opposite shoulders. In Parighasana, visualize yourself as a mace as you gaze towards your third eye. Now relax. Keep your elbows and palms onto the ground as your legs are raised. Visualize yourself as a boat in Naukasana. Continuing to gaze towards your third eye, remember to continue the Bhastrika Kumbhaka. Forceful exhalation. Now, continuing to keep your balance, just bring your hands to your feet and scoop your hands underneath the heels, pull it towards the chest. Keep your spine upright, gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Rudra in Rudrasana, the most ferocious form of Paramashiva. Now lay on your back. So you can remove your hands from underneath your feet and lay on your back. With your feet flat on the ground, knees pointed upwards. Now place your palms down. Just let your fingers touch the back of your heel. Do not clasp your feet. Lift your hips up high, pressing the feet onto the ground. Chin tucked to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha automatically. Gaze at your nose, visualizing Swamiji in Unmukha Pithasana 2. Now lay onto the ground in Shavasana. Just lay completely flat with your palms facing upwards by the side of your body. Just unclutch from any movement happening within you. Visualize your body is dead. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, is just liberating you. Just let your awareness, your energy completely pervade your body in the Shakti Chalan Mudra as you continue to vibrate with the Mahavakya. Roll over to one side and come to a seated position. Feel the life entering your body back. In a seated position, let us get continued with the sequence. We have 200 asanas more to go, starting with Yatha Sanishtasana. In Yatha Sanishtasana, sit in any posture you are completely comfortable in. Bringing your hands into the Bindu Mudra with the thumbs and index touching. Start off with the Samana Kumbhaka. As you're inhaling and exhaling, feel flames licking up your spine. Clench your perineum in the Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nityananda Paramashivam for the remaining of the sequence. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. From here, moving into Samasana, where you bring your feet to a cross-legged position. Keep your hands on your knees with the thumbs and index touching in the Bindu Mudra. Just inhale and exhale as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next is Muktasana. Press your left foot against your genital region. Place the right foot on top of your left. Keep your hands facing downwards on top of your knees. Sit straight, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a sage liberated by Swamiji himself. Now, continue to remain in the same position as we go into Siddhasana, where your gaze will be switching from the nose to your third eye. Continuing to visualize Swamiji in your inner space, ensure the Moola Bandha, the perineum, is locked. in Siddhyasana now. Continuing the same position. Engage all the three bandhas. Sucking in your stomach, bringing your chin to your chest in the Mahamudra Bandha. Switch the gaze to the ground in front of you from your third eye. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Now, relax the Udyana Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha. Just keep the Moola Bandha, the perineum alone clenched, as we enter Rudrasana 2, where your legs will remain in the same position, just your hands alone, from resting on your knees, will turn around to the Bindu Mudra, the thumbs and index touching. Gaze towards the third eye, visualize yourself as Lord Rudra, the fierce dimension of Paramashiva. The next is Santadhunasana. Keep your hands in the Bindu Mudra, your legs crossed in the same position. As you switch your gaze from your third eye to your nose, visualizing Swamiji, his tranquility, unshakable nature. Now, relax the Bindu Mudra, keep your legs in the same position, and bring your hands to your navel, cupping one palm over the other in the Samputa Mudra. It looks sort of like a lotus bud. Continue to visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Siddhasana 2. The next asana is Bandha Yoni Asana. Maintaining one heel over the other in the same position of the legs, bring your hands to your face in the Shanmukhi Mudra. So just listen carefully now. Bring your little fingers beneath the bottom lip of both hands. Your ring fingers above your upper lip. Your middle fingers closing your nose, your nostrils. Your index finger covering your eyes. And your thumbs pressed into your ears. This is Bandha Yoni Asana, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana is Virasana. Now, you can remove your hands from your face and bring one foot onto the thigh, onto the opposite thigh, and the other foot underneath the thigh. Keep your hands in the Bindu Mudra, thumb and index fingers together on the top of your knees as you embody the space and state of bravery, Veera, in Virasana. Now, changing the leg position again as we enter into Valmikasana. Keep your left heel on the right side of the generative organ, toes under the thigh. Keep your right foot on top of the left leg, toes by the knee. Again, bring your hands into the Bindu Mudra on top of the knees. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize Rishi Valmiki, the poet, the first poet and author of Ramayanam. The next asana is Joni Mudrasana. So you're going to remain here as you switch your gaze to your nose, visualizing the Yoni Mandala, a beautiful formation, divine cosmic geometry, representing Devi, Shakti, a symbol of the creative energy of the universe in Joni Mudrasana. In the same position, switch your gaze to your third eye, continuing to visualize the Yoni Mandala in your inner space. Now, let's move into Bhadrasana 3. So bring your feet, the soles of your feet together, uncross them and bring them together in front of your body. Hold it with both your hands, pulling it against you. Push your knees down towards the ground. As you gaze at your nose, suck your stomach in the Udyana Bandha. Visualize Lord Veerabhadra in your inner space. Bhadrasana 3. In the same position, we are entering into Aghorasana, where your left hand will rest on top of the left knee, while your right hand comes towards your face. Now, do the Khechari Mudra, where you are bringing your tongue towards the upper palate, gazing towards your third eye. Now, with your right hand, cover your mouth, close the left nostril with your index finger, inhale through the right nostril. Close both the nostrils, hold your breath and exhale through the left nostril in the Abhyantara Kumbhaka. Repeat this on the other side. Visualize yourself as an Aghori, completely dedicated to Paramashiva in Aghorasana. The next asana is Kaneri Pavasana. So you can distance your feet a little away from your body. As you lean forward, place your elbows onto the soles of your feet and rest your chin on your palms. Gaze at your nose, suck your stomach in Uddiyana Bandha. Here, continuing with the Rechaka Kumbhaka, where your exhalations are prolonged than your inhalations, visualizing yourself as a female elephant drinking water in Kaneri Pavasana. The next asana is Parasana. So now, come to a seated position, raise yourself up and keep your knees raised. Bring your hands underneath your knees, between your calves and thighs, and clasp them together. Interlace your fingers in the Parashamudra in front of your navel. Lift your feet off the mat. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space as you gaze at your nose in Parasana. The next asana we'll be moving into is Gopi Chandasana. Now take your hands out from in between the feet as you let your feet rest on the ground. Take your hands out from underneath your calves. Interlace your fingers around the feet with the soles of the feet together and raise it up towards your chest. Rest your knee on top of your feet. Gaze at your nose. Embody the state and space of a king in Gopi Chandasana. The next asana is Udarasana. So now just quickly release your legs, bring your hands underneath your calves and hold on to your feet again from inside out, both your feet together. Bring your feet up to your chin, resting your chin on top of the interlaced fingers. Bring your feet to your chest, gaze at your nose, visualizing your body, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, free from any defects in Udarasana. Now, in the same position, just lift your legs up towards your head. Let the top of your hands come towards the top of your head, your forehead. And this is Vishishtasana. Visualize yourself excelling in everything in this posture. Now, slowly relax. Keep your hands underneath your shins as you take your hands up to the shoulder, pulling your hand and interlacing your fingers behind your neck. In Bhujasana, visualize yourself as a cobra. The next asana is Kalyanasana. So in the same seated posture, bring your hands around from behind your neck, remove them and put them around your back, interlacing the fingers behind you. Gaze at your nose. Visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess in Kalyanasana. The next posture is Sankatasana. So now, uncross your hands from behind you. Release yourself completely onto the ground. Place your left knee on the mat and the left foot flat. Sit on top of your left foot, knee pointed forward. Raise your right leg on top of the left, bringing the right heel to the left hip. Place your hands on the opposite knees. Here, do the Ujjayi Pranayama. As you inhale and exhale, make the sound of an ocean. Visualize yourself as a swan, a beautiful swan in Sankatasana. The next is Dhenukasana. Just in the same position, slide your left heel to the left hip. Keep your right knee on top of the left. Place both your hands on your right thigh. Visualize a cow in your inner space as you suck your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha, Dhenukasana. Now slowly uncross your legs as we move into Matsyendrasana. Place the right foot on the left thigh, the left foot on the right knee. Bring your left hand behind your back, hold the right thigh. Twist a little bit. Place your right hand on your left thigh. Twist your body, gaze towards your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana, Matsyendrasana 2, just untwist your body. As you clasp the respective toes of both your feet with your hands, lean forward and down, bringing your forehead to the ground in front of your feet. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Raise up now. Keep your legs in the same position. We have the Guru Asana. Interlace your fingers together and place it over the topmost knee. Suck in your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha, clench your perineum in the Moola Bandha, tuck your chin to your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. As you engage all three bandhas, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Let us now repeat Sankatasana on the other side. So, you can release your hands, your legs as you cross the other leg over. Visualizing yourself as a swan, remember to put your hands on the opposite knees. The next asana, Dhenukasana, repeating it on the other side. Slide your leg out, bring both your hands to the topmost knee. Suck your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize a cow in your inner space. Matsyendrasana again, repeating it on the other side. Bring your legs to the cross-leg position. Twist your body around as you gaze at your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Untwist as we enter into Matsyendrasana 2 on the other side. Hold on to your feet, bring your forehead to the ground, continuing to visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Slowly raise up and let us do Guru Asana on the other side. Engage all the three bandhas in the Mahamudra Bandha. Interlace your fingers, place it on top of your knee. Continue to visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as we do Guru Asana. Now, slowly uncross your feet and place them flat on the ground, knees towards the chest in Pashasana. Keep your hands holding the opposite knees, thighs together, and keep your spine completely erect. Continue the Khechari Mudra, where your tongue is pressed against the roof of your mouth. As you gaze at your third eye, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Continue the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. As you breathe in and out, make the sound like an ocean. Now in the same position, just bring your chin towards your knees in Bodha Shokasana. Lean forward, gazing at your nose, and visualize Swamiji, the abode of bliss in your inner space. Now raise up and bring your hands, uncross your hands, bring your hands underneath your knees, clasping the opposite elbows in Kurakatasana. Gaze at your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Now, in the same position as Kurakatasana, just cross your ankles into Sumati Asana. Toes pointed upwards. Gaze at the nose. Visualize the great sage and Maharishi Sumati in your inner space. The next asana is Dandasana. Extend your feet out straight in front of you. Keep your arms straight above your head. Interlace the fingers from inside out. Let your wrists point outwards. Engage the Mahamudra Bandha, all the three bandhas. As you gaze at your nose in Dandasana, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next is Arambhasana. Now keeping your legs straight, release the Jalandhara Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha, keeping your perineum clenched in Moola Bandha. Lean forward and down. Hold your big toes in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers. Head to your knees. Do here the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Inhale through the left nostril, hold and exhale through the right. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next is Bhidokasana. So, slightly raise your body up and bring your hands underneath your knees, extending your knees slightly up. Keep your heels a bit apart from each other and clasp your feet. Bring your shoulders down, wrapping your hands around your legs. Gaze towards your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. So from here, let's enter into Jalandhari Pavasana. So you can actually remain in the same position with your hands underneath your calves and just bring the soles of your feet together. You might want to bring your body closer. Place your head on top of your feet with the palms facing upwards on the ground. Gaze at your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Now slowly bring your hands out from underneath and come to a seated position. Stretch your legs out as we enter into Urdhva Paschimottanasana. Here we have a new Kumbhaka, the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, where you will feel your breath coming from your Mooladhara Chakra up to the Brahmarandra above the Sahasrara. This is the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. In Urdhva Paschimottanasana, extend your legs out, lift one foot behind your neck and lean forward and down towards your foot, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Now, slowly, keeping your leg behind your neck, lay onto your back as we enter into Anantasana. Hold the foot from the top with the opposite hand. Visualize yourself as infinite, endless, eternal. Gaze at your nose in Anantasana. Just now, in the same position, roll onto your elbow of the hand holding the foot. Gaze at your nose, feeling in complete control like Swamiji in Ankushasana. Slowly remove the leg from behind your neck. Take a moment to stretch, relax. Lay on your back. Bring your knees towards your chest. Bring your hands around, encircling the thighs and the calves with your arms. Roll to the left and right in Drishasana, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana is Urdhva Paschimottanasana. On the other side, let us repeat it. Raise up to a sitting position and bring the other foot behind your neck. Lean forward and down, clasping your foot. Repeating Anantasana on the other side, lay on your back, bring the opposite hand to the foot, gaze at your nose, and continuing to gaze at your nose, roll onto the elbow as we repeat Ankushasana on the other side. Now, you can release your foot and try to remain in the same position without removing the leg from behind your neck as you bring the other leg too to cross behind your neck with both your legs behind your head. Laying on your back, bring both your hands to clasp behind your back. Gaze to your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space in Yoga Nidrasana. As we enter into Atma Ramasana, in the same position you can uncross your hands from behind your back. Bring it up, continuing to keep it underneath the legs. Just clasp it behind your neck. So you can bring your legs out from behind your neck. Just let your hands interlace behind your neck, gazing to your nose, visualizing the Atma Rama, Bhagavan Mahavishnu within you as your soul blessing you, as you gaze at your nose in Atma Ramasana. Now, you can release your hands and legs. Continue to lay on your back as we enter into Kochikasana. Bring your knees to your chest with the soles facing upwards. Extend your arms sideways as you gaze towards your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Now, from Kochikasana, keep your arms reached out to the sides at shoulder level. As we enter into Jatara Parivritti 1, keep one knee bent, twist it and bring it to the ground on the opposite side with the other leg extended straight. In Jatara Parivritti 2, keep both the knees bent to one side. And in Jatara Parivritti 3, keep both the legs straight to one side. Throughout this, keep your head looking in the opposite direction. And let us repeat this on the other side. You can bring your knees back to your chest. Let your legs out, go to the other side and do Jatara Parivritti 1, 2 and 3. The next asana is Dvipada Pitham. So now, from Jatara Parivritti, you can bring your feet down, lay on your back with your knees pointed upwards, feet flat on the ground. Extend your hands, holding your ankles. and lift your hips up. Engage the Jalandhara Bandha automatically as you raise your hips up. Gaze at your nose, visualizing yourself as a bridge in Dvipada Peetham. Now in Paryankasana, so you can lay back onto the ground and place your feet flat. Bring your arms over your head, placing the hands flat near your shoulders with the fingers pointing towards the feet. Lift your entire body up and off the ground in Paryankasana as you visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture. Lay back down slowly as you bring your hands out. Keep your knees to your chest here and your hands on the shoulders as we enter into Svottanasana. Visualize you're laying on your back as a playful dog. Move your hips in the circular motion. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Now let us enter into Viparita Karani. First, bringing your arms out from behind your shoulders. Let your arms be extended by the side of your body. Use the strength of your arms, palms flat on the ground, to push your body, your upper body, your lower body off the mat. And keep your legs straight above you, extended. Move your legs around and around in Viparita Karani. Automatically the Jalandhara Bandha is engaged. Breathing during the Jalandhara Bandha is the Murcha Kumbhaka. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next is Viparita Karani 2. In the same position, just stop the rotational movement of your legs. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Now, as we enter into Langalasana, just let your feet from the top rest onto the ground above your head. Interlace your fingers in the Parashu Mudra behind your body. Visualize yourself as a plow in Langalasana, continuing to engage the Jalandhara Bandha.
भूमिं कर्षयेत् लङ्घलासनं भवति.
Now, in Shaita Paschimottanasana, bring your hands out from behind your body and hold on to the toes above your head. Keep your legs and hands completely straight. Visualize Paramashiva as Shaita Paschimottanasana is one of the 84 different asanas directly revealed by Paramashiva himself. Continue to do the Murcha Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling with the Jalandhara Bandha. Clasping your toes now, spread your feet wide apart from each other in Supta Konasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Bring your feet back together as we enter into Chakrasana. Clasp your ankles, keeping your legs and hands completely straight above your head. Visualize yourself as a chakra, a wheel in Chakorasana. Now slowly rest your back onto the ground. Keep your legs raised up in Supta Prasarita Padangushtasana. Clasp the respective toes in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers and spread your legs out wide apart from each other. Visualizing Swamiji in your inner space, restart the Ujjayi Kumbhaka where you're inhaling and exhaling, making the sound of an ocean. Bring your feet together in Supta Padangushtasana in the same position, continuing to visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Now, bring your feet, release your feet and bring them into Padmasana. As you lay flat on your back in Matsyasana, hold the opposite elbows over your head, gazing at your nose. Visualize Matsya Avatara, the fish form of Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Now in the same position, put one hand over the other, extended straight above your head. As you visualize Lord Rama in your inner space, continue to gaze at your nose. Now, slowly bring your hands to your hips as we enter into Sarvangasana. Lift your hips and legs up into the sky, crossing your legs in Padmasana. Let your hands support you, your elbows on the floor. Do the Jalandhara Bandha as you gaze at your nose in Sarvangasana. Now, bring your hips back onto the ground in Vrishchikasana. So in the Padmasana, just remove one foot alone. Keep one foot on the opposite knee as you pull the knee towards your face. Let your hands stretch out above your head, hooking forward as you raise your upper back off the ground, visualizing yourself as a scorpion in Vrishchikasana, gazing at your third eye. Do the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking in your chin to the chest. Now just switch your legs around as we repeat Vrishchikasana on the other side. Continuing to visualize yourself as a scorpion, gaze at your third eye. The next asana is Vrishapada Kshepasana. So come now to a complete flat position on your mat. Come down to a complete lying down position and interlace your fingers around your neck. Now raise both your feet off the ground. Extend one leg straight and the other knee to the chest in a bicycle motion. Alternate between extending and raising the knee again and again, bringing your opposite elbows to the respective knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe in and out in the Sahaja. From Vrishapada Kshepasana, now lay flat onto the ground with your hands by your side as we enter into Marottanasana, where you will be lifting your legs one by one, touching the ears with your knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana is Vrikasana. Now what you'll be doing is laying on your back. Bring the soles of your feet flat onto the ground. Stand up completely and lay back down. Visualize yourself as a wolf in Vrikasana. Now come back to a seated position as we enter into Luthasana, where you are going to be quickly throwing your legs above your head as you roll over completely, finishing in a prone position. Do this a couple of times. Come forward, roll over. Come forward and roll over again. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space. Now, take a moment to relax. Lay on your belly with your toes extended in Sarathasana. Keep your hands onto the ground by your shoulders. Now here, contract your lips and make a sound like a flute, whistling while inhaling. Visualize yourself as a ratha, as a chariot carrying warriors into battle for dharma on your back. Now from Sarathasana, let us enter into Dehalyullanghanasana. So place your palms on the ground and bring yourself to a plank position. Jump your leg forward and back between your arms, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Jump forward now. When your legs are between your hands, stand tall. Holding your toes with your hands, walk back and forth. Visualize yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant in Jatyasana. Now come to a standing position. The next is a beautiful Karana, the Lolitika Karana. So keep your knees bent, feet pointing outwards again in the Aramandi position. Bend your elbows, keeping your hands at the chest level. Now swiftly move your arms across the body, bringing it back to the center and tilt your head back. Opening your chest up towards the sky, move your head in all the directions. Now stand back straight as we enter into Sarpasana. So stand erect like a rod with your arms by your side, hands touching the thighs. Visualize Devi, Kundalini, raising up and curling upwards around your body in Sarpasana. The next asana is Ushtrasadanasana. Lean forward and down, standing on top of your palms. Begin to move and walk like a camel, visualizing yourself as a camel. In the same position, continuing to walk around, switch your visualization to visualizing yourself as a horse as you start to walk around like a horse in Ashvasana. Now raise up tall as we enter into Kapota Nitakasana. Interlace your fingers behind the back, Pulling them down towards your calves, open up your chest. Keep your hands in the Parashamudra. Visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving down in Kapota Nitakasana. Now, stand tall as we enter into another Karana here, the Tala Pushpaputam Karana. Bring yourself to the Aramandi with your hands in the Namaskara Mudra. Simultaneously now, open up your palms while raising one heel off the ground, slightly lowering the waist and shoulder of the heel you have raised. Visualize you're offering a bouquet of flowers to Paramashiva as you come back to a standing position and repeat this on the other side. Let's do this a few times, offering flowers to Paramashiva. Now, come to a standing position. Stand straight and bring your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra. Slightly lean forward. Visualize yourself as a rhinoceros. Your hand is the horn as you gaze at your nose in Khadgasana. The next asana is Utthanotthanam. So come to a standing position and sit down all the way as low as you can to the ground and stand up. Do this again. Sit down, stand up, and again. Sit down, stand up. As you gaze at your nose throughout this. The next asana is Musalasana. Now come back to a standing position. Raise your hands above your head. Tall as you jump up and down repeatedly. Visualize yourself as a mace. Jump here in Musalasana. The next asana is Uchirshaka. So come back to a standing position. Pull the sole of one foot towards your belly. Now with the other leg, sit down and stand up. Release the leg. Pick the other leg up, pull it towards your belly, sit down and stand up in Uchirshaka as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space gazing at your nose. The next is a Karana which we will be entering into, the Pashvajanu Karana. So again, bringing yourself to the Aramandi position, bend and lift one knee towards your chest, pointing the toes downwards. Keep your arm around the knee, holding it with the hand in a fist. Let the other hand hang down on the thigh, wrist twisted, fingers pointing inwards. This is the Pashvajanu Karana. Now slowly release as we enter into Tandavasana. Stretch one leg out straight in front of you as you alternate between sitting and standing. Visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Paramashiva. Raise the foot to the inner thigh of the opposite side. As we enter into Brahmanasana, let your hand be resting by the sides. Keep your standing leg erect like a rod. Visualize yourself being blessed by Lord Brahma. Now, you can bring the left foot around the right knee and rotate it, tucking the left toes on the other side of the right calf. Simultaneously cross your left arm below the right, bring your palms together in the Namaskara Mudra. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana 3. Now slowly uncross your legs and hands as we enter into Ekapadasana, coming to a standing position. On the right leg, bring your left foot to the opposite thigh with your hands relaxed by the knees. Now take a hold of the raised foot with your hand in the Prana Mudra. Stretch your leg out wide, out to the side and rotate your body quickly on the standing leg. Visualize yourself as the North Pole star in Dhruvasana. From here now, in the foot which is in your hand, just slowly, once you finish the rotating movement, in Trivikramasana, bring it up towards the back of your neck. Stand as tall as you can and alternate between sitting and standing. Visualize Bhagavan Mahavishnu in your inner space. Now you can take the leg out from behind your neck and stand straight. As we repeat the Pashvajanu Karana on the other side, bring your knee up to your chest, clasp your knee in a fist while the other hand comes to the opposite thigh. Hold there for a second and stretch your leg out. In Tandavasana, sit and stand. Visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Paramashiva. Bring the foot to the inner thigh, standing straight like a rod. Get your hands by your sides. Visualize yourself being blessed by Lord Brahma. In Brahmanasana on the other side. Move into Garudasana 3 on the other side as you rotate your leg over, your hand under. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. And uncross yourself as we move into Ekapadasana on the other side. Bring your foot to the inner thigh, to the root of the thigh, and stand straight. Clasp your toes, stretch it out as we go into Dhruvasana on the other side. Visualize yourself as a pole star rotating quickly. Come back to a standing position and bring your foot behind your neck. In Trivikramasana, sit and stand. Visualize Vishnu, Bhagavan Mahavishnu in your inner space. Now, stand tall as we do the Samanakha Karana. Stand with your feet close together, toes slightly pointed outwards. Keep both the hands to the side of the body. Take a moment to breathe in and breathe out and relax. Now, slowly relax and from the standing position, slowly bend forward, bringing both your hands underneath your knees. Now once you have squatted down fully, interlace the fingers together in the Parashamudra. Bring that interlaced fingers in front of your navel. In Ghorakanjali Asana, visualize the great sage Goraknatha, the founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya. As you do the Jiva Chala Kumbhaka, engage the Moola Bandha. The next asana is Kanchyasana. So now just slowly unwind your hands from each other, from your navel, and now bring your hands from the opposite side inwards underneath your calves and wrap your hands around your back. Hold them together in the Parashamudra. Keep your body, your upper body upright, visualizing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your inner space. The next is Bhairu Asana. So slowly unclench your hands and bring them out from underneath your legs. Keep your feet and knees together and in a squatting position, bring your hands behind your back, clasping them together, remaining in the Parashamudra. As you gaze at your navel center, visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time, in your inner space. The next asana is Varahasana. Now to gain your balance, you can lightly spread your legs apart and bring your hands to the back of behind you in the Anjali Mudra, palms together. Visualize a boar, one of the 10 incarnations, the Varaha Avatara of Mahavishnu, gazing at your nose. Now slowly relax, bring your hands out from behind you as we move into Pripithasana. With your hands in the Prana Mudra, with your index and middle fingers, clasp the respective big toes and come to a half squatting position where your hips are at your knee level. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you do this asana, Pripithasana. Slowly let go of your feet and place your palms flat on the ground in front of you with the fingers wide for balance. We're going to be balancing here in Bakasana. Place your knees on the back of your arms. Focus your eyes on one spot as you raise your feet off the ground, balancing here. Visualize yourself as a crow. The next asana is Shushtanga Kapali Asana. So now come to a kneeling position. So from there itself, you can directly put your head onto the ground, or else come to a kneeling position and place your head onto the ground. Palms spread for support. Raise your body onto your head, bringing your legs into the Padmasana. Gaze at your nose. Visualize Swamiji himself in your inner space. Come down now, uncrossing your legs as you come down. Sit onto your knees, keeping the toes flat. Now, Let your heels come outside of the hips. Keep your hands on your knees. In Guptasana, sit straight. Keep your gaze on your nose. Visualize you're sitting in the sacred secret seat with Paramashiva and your Guru, Swamiji himself. Now we are going to be kicking up into a handstand. So get ready. Place your palms on the ground, fingers wide for support. Do take support of a wall if you need it. And lift your body up straight above your hands. Visualize you are a tree in Vrikshasana 2 with deep roots into the ground. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. In the same position as we move into Shibhu Asana, switch your gaze to the third eye. Hold it there for a few seconds and relax. Bring your feet back to the ground. Now lay flat onto the ground in a plank position and slowly lower your body towards the ground and push yourself up again. In Matsyasana 2, go down and come up, visualizing yourself as a fish. The next asana is Sarpasana 2. So here you're going to lay prone, completely flat now. You can lower yourself to the ground. Bring your hands to the hips. Extend your legs together and point your toes backwards. Lift your chest up and move left to right. You're moving like a snake while visualizing yourself as a snake in Sarpasana 2. Relax slowly, bringing your chest back to the ground. Now, keep your feet together, pointing backwards. As you bring your elbows onto the ground, rest your upper body on your elbows. Bring your hands together in the Padma Mudra with your little fingers and thumbs together and rest your chin on your hands. Niralambanasana, where feeling yourself completely supported, knowing that Swamiji is there in your life. Now, slowly relax, place your palms on the ground beside your chest and push yourself up, your hands straight up completely. As you bend your knees, bringing your feet to touch the top of your head. Lean your neck back, touching your head with your tip of your toes. See yourself, visualize yourself as an umbrella, protecting your Guru from the sun's rays in Chhatrasana. Slowly relax, you can bring your feet down. As we move into Vajrasana, just push your body back and sit on top of your knees with the heels flat on the ground. Now stretch your arms in front of you with the palms facing downwards. Place your forehead on the mat. Visualize you are the weapon of Indra, the Vajra, symbolizing indestructibility as you gaze at your nose. As we enter into Meshasana, raise yourself into the same Gajasana position on your hands and legs with your hips pointed upwards and alternate striking the ground with the opposite hands. Experience yourself, visualize yourself as a powerful ram as you alternate striking the ground in Meshasana. Now stop striking the ground, bring your palms down again. As we move into Ajasana, kick your legs off the ground and lower your forehead to the mat. Let's do it again. Kick your legs off the mat. Lower your forehead to the ground. You are unborn, existing for all of eternity in Ajasana. Now, come to a seated position as we move into Dhanantara Asana. Sit on your heel with your legs together. Pull your toes underneath you. As you bring your hands top of the knees, gaze at your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Here, do the Ujjayi Pranayama, inhaling and exhaling like an ocean, Dhanantara Asana. From Dhanantara Asana, now interlace your fingers in front of you and then behind you. Stretch your arms towards all the sides, backwards, forwards. Giving a massage to the various different joints and muscles in your body. Lean forward, get up again. Continuing to visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Relax your hands and now take your respective heels and point them outwards, outside the side of your hips. Keep your hands on your knees with your thighs and knees resting on the ground, spine straight. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana 4, You have Mahavishnu and Mahalakshmi on your back as you are flying. The next asana is Ananda Mandirasana. Now you can continue to remain in the same position. You can bring your feet pointing inwards. Use your hands to clasp underneath your ankle. Make sure your knees are spread out wide. Gaze at the third eye. Visualize residing in the blissful space of a temple. You are in a temple in Ananda Mandirasana. Now, as we move into Mandukasana, keep your knees wide and sit on top of your ankles. Your hands underneath your knees. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a frog. Suck in your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha. And remember to do the Manduki Mudra, your tongue, your frog-like tongue, catching the nectar dripping from the Sahasrara Chakra in Mandukasana 2. Now, as we move into Narasimhasana, tuck your toes in and sit on top of the heels. Place your palms on the ground, spread your fingers wide and spread your knees apart onto the ground too. Gaze towards your nose, stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully, visualizing the Narasimha Avatara, the form of Mahavishnu as a half lion and half man. Now just raise up, bring your hands off the ground. Here we'll be doing a new pranayama, which is the Bhishraka pranayama, as we enter into Bhishrakasana. So continue to keep your knees and feet on the floor. As you bring your hand up to your face, make a hollow of your palms and place it over the mouth. Keep your thumbs under your teeth and close your lips. Gaze to your nose. Inhale through your left nostril, exhaling through the mouth. Gaze at your nose again. Visualize yourself as Devi, presiding over any and all minuscule fears you may have within you. Now moving back into the Ujjayi Pranayama, let us do Makadasana. So you can take your hands off your face and slowly remaining in the same position, bring it to your armpits. Bring your fingers to your armpits. Imitate as if a monkey is scratching. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as a playful monkey in Makadasana. From Makadasana, let's move into Vajra Sangharasana. So you can slowly lift your knees off the ground, just balancing on your toes, sitting on the heels. Bring your hands behind your back and clasp the opposite elbows. Gaze to your nose, embody a diamond. Visualize yourself as a diamond-like strength for yourself and your Sangha. The next asana is Khanjanasana. So now you can uncross your hands, rest on top of the heels with your knees on the ground. Keep the toes down, ankles crossed behind. Place your palms on the mat to your side. Suck your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha as you gaze at your nose in Khanjanasana. Now, you can uncross your ankles and just sit with your toes flat. Keep your knees wide on the floor. Rest your hands on the knees. Just relax the Uddiyana Bandha, just sucking in your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Gaze at your nose, visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years. And without changing anything in your physical posture, just visualize yourself uniting with Swamiji himself in Yogasana. Now, raise up onto your knees, cross your ankles behind your back until the feet are coming towards the opposite knees. Now, bring your hands behind you and hold on to the calves with the fingers inside, the thumbs outside. Gaze at the third eye as you visualize yourself in a space of oneness with Paramashiva himself as Swamiji. Now you can uncross your ankles, come back to standing on your knees as we enter into Ushtrasana 2. So now, in a kneeling position, bend backward, hold your ankles with your hands. Keep your arms straight. As you push your hips forward and tilt your head backwards, visualize yourself as a camel in Ushtrasana 2. Slowly, in the same position, lower yourself onto your back in Jatyasana 2. As you are lowering yourself, experience yourself as a blooming lotus. Bring your head, the back of your head onto the mat. Gaze to your nose. Now, let's move into Viratasana. So, try your best to do this without the support of your hands, but you can use your hand support if needed as you raise up from Jatyasana and back down. Raise up and go back down as you gaze at your nose. Raise up and go back down. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Now from Viratasana, raise your hips up higher, bringing your forearms onto the mat behind you in a short back bend posture. Hold the back of your heels in Kapotasana. Visualize yourself as a beautiful dove, a Kapota, in your inner. As we move on from Kapotasana into Varasana. So stand upright on your knees with the toes tucked. Hold your arms with the opposite hands. Gaze at your nose. This is the boon fulfilling posture. Visualize your boon becoming a reality directly from Paramashiva himself in Varasana. Now, keeping your knees together, toes tucked, just lean forward, bringing your head onto the mat. Holding your head with your hands. Visualize yourself as a boar, as the Varaha avatar of Bhagavan Mahavishnu in Varaha Asana 2. Now, just kick your legs off the ground as we enter into Mundasana. Raise yourself up into a headstand posture, visualizing yourself as a lopped tree. Gaze at your nose. Breathe in and out in the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Slowly come down now, relax. Come to a kneeling posture. Sit on your heels. Bring your head down beside your knees, your elbows adjacent to the knees, your hands holding your head. Exhale through your mouth as you gaze at your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space in Andhasana. Now from here, push yourself off the mat as you come lying prone on your belly. Let your arms be extended straight out and together lift your thighs, arms and chest off the ground, stretching your body, balancing there. Visualize yourself as a locust in Viparita Shalabhasana. The next asana is Kapalasana. So slowly lower yourself back to the ground. Now laying on your belly, bring your arms to your side, palms downwards. Keep your forehead on the ground and your chest on the mat. Only lift your legs up into the air. Only your legs are lifting up. Visualize yourself as a skull. You are a mind with purified thoughts, a strong will to attain enlightenment in Kapalasana. The next asana is Akasha Kapotasana. So now, in the same position as you are, let your arms be straight out behind you. As you kick your legs up and over your head, bring your feet slowly to the mat in front of you. Push yourself, balance there. Visualize yourself as a free and open flying dove in Akasha Kapotasana. Bring your legs back out as you lay flat on the mat. Now push yourself onto your knees. Place your forearms on the ground and your chest down such that your navel is touching your knees. Be sturdy, visualizing yourself as a sparrow in Chatakasana. The next asana is Vrishchikasana 2. So your forearms are on the ground. Now slowly raise to your toes and kick your legs off the mat. Slowly lowering your legs to your head. Visualize yourself as a scorpion as you balance in Vrishchikasana 2. Slowly release yourself, coming back to the ground as we enter into Vrishasana. Sit down on top of your right heel and let your left foot remain outside of the hip, the ankle to the side. Place your hands on the mat, visualizing yourself as a bull in Vrishasana. Now, bring both your knees underneath you, sit on both your heels, cross your left leg over top of the right, lightly, and in Lolasana, push yourself off the ground. Your knees are off the ground, you're just balancing on your hand above the mat. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Lower down now, Bring the left foot now outside. Bring the right foot out and sit on your left heel now. As we do Vrishasana on the other side, visualize yourself as a bull. From here, let us get into a very powerful asana, Balagunasana. So, place your left toes on the ground, sit on the heel of your left foot. Place the right foot flat with the knees raised towards your chest. Maintain your palms on the respective knees. Be upright. Visualize Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space in Balagunasana. Now come to a squatting position. Let your feet be flat as you bring your elbows under your thighs and calves, wrapping it around your shins. Hold on to your ankles from the outside in Grahasana, visualizing yourself as an entire planet. Now you can unwrap yourself as you sit on top of the opposite heel in Balagunasana on the other side. Maintain your palms on the respective knees. Visualize Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space. Now, sit upon both the toes with the heels up and knees off the mat, knees pointing forward. Now, keep your hands downwards on the respective knees. Keep your spine upright as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Utkatasana. The next asana is Vajra Sangharasana. Just spread your knees out wide in Utkatasana. Spread your knees out wide. Clasp the elbows behind your back. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Vajra Sangharasana too. The next asana is Anilasana. Now, sit with your feet hip width apart. Bring your hands under the soles of your feet from inside. Your palms facing downwards. Step onto your hands. Keep your arms straight, elbows together at the navel. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself able to consume and live off of air alone in Anilasana. The next is Padukasana. So from Anilasana, you can release your hands. Place the back of your hands on the mat with your fingers facing upwards. With your fingers facing towards your body, palms upwards. Step your feet on top of your hands and wrap your hands around your feet like a shoe. Walk around. Visualize you're wearing padukas, walking across the length and breadth of the world in Padukasana. Now bring your palms onto the ground. Stop moving around as we move into Kukutodana. Kick your feet up into the air and let them fall back down. Let's go up again and come down. Kick up and go down. Visualize yourself as a rooster in Kukutodana. The next is Viparita Nrityasana. So as you're kicking yourself up, you can go up into a complete handstand posture, which is Viparita Nrityasana. Do take support if needed. And move around on your two hands as if you are dancing in Viparita Nrityasana. Slowly come back down to a standing position. Lean forward and let your feet be slightly apart from each other. Bring one palm down on the mat with the arms straight. Bring the opposite hand to your head and be stable in Kunjarasana. Now just put that hand down as you bring the other hand to your head, repeating Kunjarasana on the other side. Be stable here. Now you can squat back down onto the ground. Keep your feet flat. Hold your respective ankles and lift your feet off the ground in Kadamba Asana. Visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life. The next asana is Pavana Muktasana. Now sit back down onto the ground. Bring your knees towards your chest. Let your hands wrap around your knees. Hold it close to your body. Visualize all the excess vata, air, just balancing and releasing in your system in Pavana Muktasana. Now, let us move into Chakorasana. So first stretch your legs out in front of you. Bring one leg behind your head. Now place both hands on the ground and lift your body off the ground while lifting the other leg too, up straight. Visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy. Gaze at your third eye in Chakorasana. Slowly relax back down. Now hold your left toes with the left hand, index and middle fingers. Pull the foot to the left ear. We are entering into Dhanurasana 2. Extend your right leg out, keeping straight. Hold the big toe with your right hand. Visualize yourself as a bow in Dhanurasana 2. The next is Ashtavakrasana. So lift your left leg over top of the left shoulder. After releasing your hands, bring the right foot across and hook it on top of the left foot. Lean forward and down, keep your palms onto the ground. Extend your legs out to the left, lift your head up and chest. You're completely balancing only on your hands as you visualize yourself as a flying crane in Ashtavakrasana. Now slowly relax down. From here, bring your right foot to the left thigh and your left foot flat onto the ground. Knees raised up. Have your left shoulder underneath the respective leg and place your hands flat on the ground. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize you are immortal, able to exist solely from prana alone in Pranasana. From here, moving into Parshva Matsyendrasana. Place your right foot at the root of the left thigh. Then the left leg by the side of the right knee. Hold the left leg by the right hand. Twist your body out. Remain steady here, gazing at the third eye. Visualize Matsyendranatha, the great Rishi, Yogi, master of Hatha Yoga, in your inner space. Now slowly unwind yourselves. As we repeat Chakorasana on the other side, lift the other leg behind your head. Place both your hands on the ground and keep your entire body off the ground straight up. Gaze at your third eye, visualizing yourself as a powerful source of energy. Now relax back onto the ground. Let's repeat Dhanurasana 2 on the other side. Clasp your respective hands with the feet. Pull one foot back, the other foot extended forward, visualizing yourself as a bow. Release your feet as you cross them over each other, over top the shoulder in Ashtavakrasana on the other side. Raise off the ground. Visualize yourself as a flying crane. The next asana, we'll be repeating Pranasana on the other side. Bring the right foot to the left thigh. Bring your hands onto the ground with the knee raised. Gaze at your third eye, visualizing yourself able to live off just prana, just air alone. And relax as we do Parshva Matsyendrasana on the other side. Twist yourself, visualizing Matsyendranatha, gaze towards your third eye. And from there, let us enter into Ardha Paschimottanasana. Keep one leg straight and press your perineum with the other heel. Bring your chest forward and down. Hold your toes and feet and bring your head towards your knees. Here in Ardha Paschimottanasana, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Now raise up, and the foot which was at the inner thigh, now rotate it outside of the hip. Now hold the sole of your other foot and lift your leg up towards your forehead. Try to bring your knee to your forehead as you keep your knee straight. Gaze to the nose in Kraunchasana. Visualize yourself as a crane. Now slowly relax down your leg. Now the leg which is now straight, you can bring it to the inner thigh as you straighten out the other leg. As we repeat, Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side. Lean forward and down, clasping your foot. Bring your forehead to your knee. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Slowly raise up. Place your right ankle outside of the hip now. Hold the sole of the left foot, lifting the leg up towards your forehead. Stretch yourself there. Gaze at the tip of your nose. Visualize yourself as a crane in Kraunchasana on the other side. Now, from here, bring the soles between the thighs and calves. So once you have relaxed yourself, bring your soles between the thighs and calves. Keep your spine straight, palms resting on your knees. Visualize a swastika, embodying peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity as you gaze at your nose in swastikasana. Now without changing anything about your position, just take your hands alone. Cover the respective heels with your hands in Gorakshasana as you tuck your chin to your chest in Jalandhara Bandha. Gaze at your nose. Visualize the great Rishi Gorakhnatha, the founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu order. Now release the Jalandhara Bandha. Continue to keep the Mula Bandha engaged throughout the whole sequence. As you raise one foot to the opposite thigh, bring your hands to your face in the Shanmukhi Mudra, closing your eyes with your index finger, nose with the middle finger, ears with the thumbs. Gaze at your third eye as you meditate on Swamiji himself, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Now release the Shanmukhi Mudra. And in Yogasana 2, bring your legs into the Padmasana position over the opposite thighs. Keep your hands flat onto the ground beside your knees with the palms facing upwards. Sit straight, gaze at your nose. Here we'll be starting the Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka, where your inhalation will be through your tongue wrapped like a pipe, and your exhalation will be through your nose. From Yogasana 2, now keeping your palms beside your body, just switch them around to be flat on the ground and push your entire body off the ground, balancing. Visualize yourself as a rooster in Urdhva Kukkutasana. Now relax down, come back to a seated position on the floor, keeping your legs in Padmasana. Insert your hands through your knees and place them on the mat. Remember, do not lift your body up, just stay seated down there. In Siddha Harituliyasana, gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji himself in your inner space. From there, let's enter into Hamsasana, where you will actually be pushing yourself off the ground. Lift your thighs up high above your shoulder, above your elbows as much as possible. Gaze to your nose, visualizing yourself as an elegant swan in Hamsasana. Now release yourself. Now, do not take your hands out from between your thighs and calves. Just go onto your knees and reach your hands behind your body with your fingers interlaced in the Parashumudra. Bring your forehead to the floor as you gaze at your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Paramashiva's bow in Karmukasana. Now, slowly come back to the seated position as we move into Kurmasana 2. Keeping your hands in between your thighs and calves, bend your elbows and hold your respective shoulders with your hands. Visualize yourself as a turtle, a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years. Now in the same position, just engage the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking your chin to your chest as we move into Granthi Bhedasana, gazing at your nose. Rejoice, knowing you are in Paramashiva's secret knot posture. And from there, release the Jalandhara Bandha as you roll onto your back. Keep your hands on the shoulders, laying flat on your back. As you visualize yourself as a turtle on its back, playful, gaze at your nose in Uttana Kurmasana. Now rock yourself back to a seated position as we do Pangu Kukkutasana. Now it's the same as your hands between your thighs and the calves, except you will be placing one hand flat on the mat. Hold the wrist with the other hand. Lift your body up and holding only on one hand. Visualize yourself as a rooster in Pangu Kukkutasana. Now release back to the ground. Hold. Let's do Pangu Kukkutasana on the other side. Place the other palm flat and bring the other hand holding the wrist. Push yourself off the ground. Visualize yourself as a rooster. Continue the Kakachanchu Kumbhaka, sucking in your breath through your curled tongue and exhaling through your nose. As you slowly extricate your hands from between your thighs and calves, let's do Girdharasana here. So now, interlace your fingers in the Parashamudra as you place your elbows on the feet, remaining your legs in Padmasana. Lean forward and down, resting your chin on your knuckles. Place your thumbs to your throat in Girdharasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. From there now, sit straight into Padmasana 3. So with your legs in Padmasana, bring one hand over the other near your navel center. Engage all the three bandhas, suck in your stomach, clench your perineum, tuck your chin to your chest and gaze at your nose in Padmasana 3. Slowly now, as we move into Padmasana 4, bring your hands to the respective knees. Release the Jalandhara Bandha and release the Uddiyana Bandha, just engaging the Moola Bandha alone. Visualize Paramashiva in your inner space as you gaze at your nose in Padmasana 4. Now we'll be entering into Karmukasana 2. So in the Padmasana position, hook your right hand index and middle finger in the Prana Mudra around the toe. Pull it back while your left hand rests on the knee. Now, as you visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow, just release your right foot, bring your left hand to the left toe, right toe, and let your right hand be on the right knee. Now from here, let's do Karmukasana 3. So you can release your toes, cross your hands behind your back, continue to keep your legs in Padmasana, and with your respective hands, cross behind your back. Hold on to the toes in the Prana Mudra. Engage all the three bandhas, suck in your stomach, clench your perineum, tuck your chin to your chest. Visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow in Karmukasana 3. Slowly relax the bandhas, just keeping the Moola Bandha. Continue to hold on to your toes. Release the Uddiyana Bandha and the Jalandhara Bandha. Switch your gaze to the third eye. Visualize you are Paramashiva's third eye itself. Anything you come across, you just rejuvenate it, destroy it in Dridhasana. Now, try to keep your hands at the toes. If not, just keep your hands crossed behind you as you lean onto your back in Padmasana, where you are entering into the Nagrasana position. Lay flat onto the back, visualizing yourself as a snake, gaze at your nose in Nagrasana. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, simple breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Now bring your knees to your chest. Let your hands wrap around your knees. Slowly uncross your Padmasana and bring your knees to your chest. Bring your hands to the Parashamudra, the fingers interlocked on top of your knees. As you pull your chin up to your knees, visualize yourself as a ball in Kandukasana. Now relax. Bring your feet onto the ground. the knees pointed upwards in Urdhva Pavanasana. As you interlace your fingers, bring the interlaced fingers behind your head. Laying down, gaze at your nose in Urdhva Pavanasana. The next asana is Marakata Pithasana. Now, from behind your head, take your hands out and clasp onto your feet. Just step lightly onto your palms. As you push your hips up into the sky, automatically engaging the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape in Marakata Pithasana. In the same position now, bring your hands to your hips as we enter into Uttanashiki Pitakasana. Let your weight rest on your elbows as you stretch your legs out straight. Gaze at the nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. From there, continuing to rest on your elbows, kick your feet up high into the sky in Narakasana. Stretch your palms out behind you, flat on the ground. Balance there. Visualize yourself blissfully traveling through hell unscathed in Narakasana. Bring your hands to your hips now as we move into Tiryanaukasana. Angling your legs down at an angle, visualize yourself as a boat crossing the ocean of samsara in Tiryanaukasana. Now from there, come back straight as we enter into Dhwajasana. Keep your legs up high above your body, your hands stretched out down behind you. As you push yourself up, visualize where Kailasa's flag respected across all nations in Dhwajasana. Hold there for a few seconds and relax now. Flat onto the ground, palms slightly away from your body. Do not move at all in Mritasana. Your body is dead. Visualize that. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism liberating you. Let your awareness travel to all the parts of your body in the Shakti Chalan Mudra as we do Mritasana.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanand to everyone that are here with us, and a very, very, very happy Krishna Janmashtami. Today is the day Bhagavan Krishna descended on this planet, manifested on this planet over 5,000 years before. And today, being the special Krishna Janmashtami day, all of us are going to be blessed with the special darshan of Swamiji as Bhagavan Krishna. So let us all get ready. Today we are going to be having special initiation, darshan, and the celebrations of Krishna Janmashtami has started in all the adinams around the world, like all the Kailasas. And today we are going to be having the live darshan starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if any of your friends, family members are not yet here, you would like to invite them, do take a few minutes and invite all of them. Yes, Nityanandam. So wonderful to see all of you gathered here. Great. Now we all just finished an intense yoga. Now let us all enter into power manifestation session. All the participants that are here with us, we're going to do a round of power manifestation. I request all of you to take a few minutes and quickly tie your eyes with an eye band. We are now going to be projecting an image for all of you to be able to see through your third eye. Kindly tie your eyes with an eye band. The yoga prepares you, the Nityananda yoga prepares you for your whole inner space to be able to connect with Swamiji and to manifest these powers. So quickly tie your eyes with an eye band. Now, whatever Swamiji shows to you in your third eye, you're going to start verbalizing this. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Nityananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Please relax. I request all of you to now please open your eyes. I request all the participants to please open your eyes. And now, please start describing all the details, whatever Swamiji revealed to you in your third eye, every single thing that you saw. Please go ahead and start posting in the chat. The color, the shape, the size, everything, whatever you saw in the chat, whatever you saw in the third eye, whatever Swamiji revealed to you, please go ahead and start posting in the chat and describing. Actually, for all the participants that are here today, today's the very cosmic alignment, like the today's being Krishna Janmashtami, the very alignment, the stars, everything is aligned to celebrate. Celebration is Bhagavan Krishna. And today is all about celebration. And we're all going to be having the Darshan at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get ready to celebrate. And I request every one of you, if all your friends, family members, whoever, you don't want them to miss today's grand darshan initiation with Swamiji, please make sure to call them, to reach out to them and invite them, have them join. Okay, I see various different answers that are posted. So now we're going to be seeing what is the exact image that was projected. Actually, it was a conch. It was a conch image that was projected to all of you, as you all can see here. This is the exact image of a conch that was projected to all of you. And today, we're all going to be learning about what it means to be like, how do we manifest wealth? How do we have breakthroughs in the aspects of wealth and health and all the aspects of life? And most importantly, having a breakthrough in attracting abundance, attracting wealth. That is what we're all going to be listening to, understanding and learning about today. And firstly, now we're all going to be entering into the first session of the day where we understand about Parandhama. Parandhama is that ultimate consciousness which descended as Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And that very manifestation of Parandhama as Mahavishnu resides in the Vaikuntha Loka. So first we're all going to be having an introduction to Vaikuntha, the space of Vaikuntha, and how you can experience Vaikuntha. So let's all enter into the session.
See, Vaikuntha is abode of Vishnu, Parandama. Shripuram is Parameshwari, Paramashiva Shakti. Kailasa is Paramashiva, Mahakailasa is Paramashiva in his pure formless space. 14 lokas are stopping with Brahmaloka. After that, the 4 is beyond Brahmaloka. Vaikuntha, Shripuram, Kailasa, Mahakailasa is beyond the 14 lokas. There is only Turyadita in those 4 spaces. Vaikuntha, Shripuram and Kailasa, Mahakailasa. Asking where is Goloka? Goloka is part of Vaikuntha. Agama gives elaborate description on who resides in what loka, how each loka looks. Maybe I can give you those descriptions also. Where is Yamaloka? Yamaloka is in Swargaloka. Part of Swargaloka is Yamaloka. Indradi Dasadik Balaka means Indra, Agni, and Yama, Nairuti, Varuna, Vayu, Gubera, Ishana, all 8, and Batala, Bali, Akasha, Vishnu, all the 10 Dik Balakas. They are called Dasadik Balakas. Indradi, Dasadik Balakas have their worlds in Swargaloka. The Vishnu's higher form, Parandama, is in Vaikuntha. I'll give you one small story. Sanakadi Rishis, the great 4 enlightened beings, directly Putra of Parabrahma, Brahma's 4 sons, considered to be the incarnation of Vishnu's. In Bhagavatam, there are 24 incarnations. Sanakadi Rishis were mentioned formally by Vyasa as one of the incarnation of Vishnu. The Sanakadi Rishis walk to have darshan of Vishnu in Vaikuntha, Jaya Vijayas. As per their dharma, they stop. Jaya Vijaya are the security guards of Vaikuntha. In Kailasa, there is no security guard. It's only defense mechanism. Only if somebody comes to do riot, they are stopped by Nandi. Otherwise, Nandi doesn't bother who comes, who goes. That is why he is all the time looking at Paramashiva. He doesn't look at the direction of the people who are coming. No. If somebody is coming with a bad intention, he knows. Then he will manage. But there is no regular systematic stopping or crowd controlling. But Vaikuntha is very organized, very systematic. The structure is different. The Sanakadi Rishis walk into Vaikuntha to have darshan of Vishnu, and the Jaya Vijaya, both of them, stop Sanakadi Rishis. Please have little patience. We will reach out to Bhagavan and get back to you I don't know what was the mood of Sanagadi Rishis at that time, and I don't want to judge. I can never judge. I have to give all my respect and reverence to both sides. Sanagadi Rishis and Jaya Vijaya, and I am nobody to judge. Both of them are surely much, much, much far beyond and great than anything we can imagine. Sanagadi Rishis cursed, and we don't even know exactly what was the conversation happening and which triggered whom and how the conversation got into the level of cursing. Sanagadi Rishis cursed. The Jaya Vijaya, that go to Bhuloka and be human beings, be away from Vaikuntha. It's too big curse. It's too big curse. And anyhow, after a few minutes, things cooled down, and when Bhagavan came to know what was going on in the Yoga Nidra, he himself called the Sanagadi Rishis and attended to what for they have come. They have come on some urgent issue need to be attended by Bhagavan for the sake of Lokakshema. The purpose for which they were coming was too important and too urgent. So maybe their urgency was legitimate. So he understood that the whole thing happened was an accident, a standard procedure protocol, and the emergency situation where the protocol need to be bent. That conflict was the reason for this whole episode, and he immediately attends to the emergency issue brought by Sanagadi Rishis and sends them back. Then he takes the responsibility for the whole situation. He calls Jaya Vijaya, tells them, don't worry, you have kept your dharma. There will always be conflict between the standard policies and the emergency situations needed to be attended. But the emergency situation is only an exemption, cannot be considered as a rule. For example, surely Sanagadi Rishis are not going to take the responsibility of the Jaya Vijaya and stand whole day and doing the grunt job of the guardian is not a joke. People who curse Jaya Vijaya's guardians cannot do one day the job, the grunt job of Jaya Vijaya's. You can easily accuse abuse from outside. Vishnu hugs both of them, Jaya and Vijaya. Don't worry. They cursed you guys to be away from Vaikuntha. What is Vaikuntha for you guys? Where I am. I will come down to be with you guys when you guys go down. I will come with you guys. I'll reduce the whole impact of their curse. I'll come down. When I am taking the incarnation hood, both of you guys come along with me. I'll be there with you guys. And I'll make sure you guys are part of my Leela and you reach my feet. I tell you, the most beautiful strategy of Krishna is his most trusted people, he makes them play the enemy role. So all enemies gang up with them and he finishes all of them once for all. His personal security guard, he says, hey, you play as my enemy. Let us find out all the enemy fellows and let them gather behind you. I'll finish the whole gang together. And you come back to my feet. When Sisubala, who is incarnation of Jaya Vijaya, when Parandama came down as Rama, Jaya Vijaya came as Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and when Parandama came down as Narasimha, Hiranyakasipu and Hiranyaksha, when Parandama came down as Krishna, the Kamsa and Sisubala. So these were the incarnations of the main Bhagavata Puranam says Kamsa and Sisubala. There are some editions which says Sisubala and Dhanvantakra. Anyhow, I feel it's Kamsa and Sisubala. So listen. When Sisubala was abusing Krishna, Krishna was one side laughing, other side painful. Everyone was thinking he was feeling the pain because Shishubala is accusing and abusing. And he is laughing because he is going to destroy Shishubala. No. He was laughing at all that negative gang which was smiling, who are going to be really destroyed. Actually, Shishubala was not destroyed. He was liberated. And all those negative gang who were supporting Shishubala were destroyed. He noted down, come on, come to Mahabharata war. He noted down all the faces who were carrying smug when Shishubala was abusing and accusing. And he was feeling the pain. To melt down the pain of Shishubala, because now he has to liberate Shishubala. Understand? Guru, through his personal love for a disciple, he melts down disciple's pain through the oneness. If Krishna feels the pain for 1 second, 1 billion years, the pain which Shishubala need to go through will be burnt away. So, his own personal guardian, how can he let Shishubala, his own personal guardian, suffer for billions of years? No. He will internally train them is different. He will never allow external people to torture them. He will never allow external curse, even if it is Sanagadi Rishis. who can play the strategic role of enemy better than own personal guardians? What a Leela. He will never, Parandama will never allow the suffering to his people from others. So, he burns away the suffering of Shishubala understand, you will never know the reason for Parandama's pleasure or pain, good. Of course, it doesn't have bad. You will never know the reason for Parandama's pain or pleasure. Finally, that 100 abusal, he gives time just to note down all those fellows who are supposed to be destroyed. Shishubala was not destroyed, was liberated. He has gone back to his original space, Vaikuntha. He served, he did his strategy, his job perfectly. I tell you, after this Shishubala Vada, what would have been the scene? I tell you. Within 3 seconds, Shishubala was in Vaikuntha, Parandama sitting with Shishubala, maybe sipping little Amrita and having bit leaf and bit nut and giving him one and he also chewing one. Parandama is a very sweet person, very intimate person, and the whole Vaikuntha energy is a love energy. The love is the source or the space of Vaikuntha. It was intimate relationship. Always in Vaikuntha, the whole relationship and everything was intimate. See, in Kailasa, it is more like a oneness. Oneness is the space and Tyaga is the prana. In Vaikuntha, love is the prana and intimacy is the space of the whole Vaikuntha energy. And I am telling you, that was the scene. Immediately within the 3 seconds, the Shishubala left the body. Usually it takes only 3 seconds, 3 chana. Second is the wrong unit, chana. Chana means the gap between one thought and the other thought. Body, the Atma of Shishubala leaving the body and the transition and assuming his Divya Sarira as Vijaya in Vaikuntha. Jaya is the senior, Kamsa, and he has already reached. And Vijaya reaches the next. I tell you, Bhagavan himself may come down from Vaikuntha for the sake of his Vaikuntha Vasis, but he will never give up on Vaikuntha Vasis, people who are committed to him. Whatever may be the situation, if there is a reactionary assumptions and the accidents due to reactionary assumptions, of course, Parandama did not punish Sanagadi rishis, because the agenda which they were rushing was very important. Same way, he did not allow Jaya Vijayas to be punished or tortured by the curse given by Sanagadi rishis. He stood by Jaya Vijayas. Don't try to fight whether it is factual or not. Relax and enjoy. The sweetness I am trying to describe, convey through this incident, through this description, that space of Vaikunta, I am trying to convey. Understand that and enjoy. The sweetness I am trying to convey. Enjoy that. Actually, the prana of Vaikunta is love, prema, bhakti. It's very intimate space, Vaikunta. Kailasa is oneness, yaga, fire. Vaikunta is more like a cool prema bhakti, the love space. If you internalize this one powerful cognition, suddenly you will see, you will manifest powers and you will start aligning to higher vertical time zones. From Bhu, you will move Bhuva, then Suva, then Tapa, then Satya, then Vaikunta, then Kailasa. Every time you internalize one powerful cognition, you raise your existence to higher vertical time zones. See, we have a story. Ramanuja goes to Delhi Badshah's court, and the Melakottai Selvanarayana Swami, the Sellapillai, the Utsava Murthy is called Sellapillai. Moola Murthy is called Selvanarayana Swami. Utsava Murthy is called Sellapillai. Ramanuja uses the word Sellapillai. That's the word. Immediately, the Sellapillai just comes and sits in the lap of Ramanuja. Understand, this is not story. The 1000th year of Ramanuja's birth anniversary, we will prove this. It's a truth, not story. When you call, see, he did not say, O Narayana, Vishnu, Parandama, Sellapillai. He came. He did not use all those big words. Parandama, Madhava, Vishnave, Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Sellapillai. He rushed to his lap. So understand, the whole thought current presented in that story is not false, it is true. Ramanuja goes to Delhi Badshah's court and demonstrates his charisma and energy. Badshah gets shaken and he asks, what do you want? He says, I want my Sellapillai, the main deity which was worshipped by Brahma and handed over in the whole Guru Parampara, the Parampara to Brahma to Sanadana Sanat Kumara, and then it comes down to Melakottai, and that deity, for that only they put that Vairamudi. See, from Vaikunta, the crown falls to planet Earth. So in search of Vishnu. And then Garuda was given the responsibility, go and fit this to every deity. A real Vishnu deity, this crown will fit properly. When they brought it and put it on this Melakota Selvanarayana Swami, it fitted properly. So he is the real Vishnu deity. So it was given to Melakote Selvanarayana Swami. So Ramanuja says, I want my Sellapillai. Then Badusha says, I don't know which is the deity you are calling for. You go and take whichever you want. You go and see. There he sees everything. Then he calls Sellapillai. Immediately, Vishnu comes and sits in his lap. Tirupati, Srinivasa's temple, Srirangam Ranganatha's temple, they can straight give you the experience of Vaikuntha. Understand? These are the organic, living organism. Living organism, living energy portals, which can open up like a time shaft and teleport you direct to those lokas. Los Angeles Kailasa is one of the most important Kailasa till now I have manifested. The deities are literally birthed by Paramashiva, myself directly. The Archavataras residing in Los Angeles can connect you directly to Kailasa and other vertical time zones. Sit, pray to Venkateshwara in Los Angeles Kailasa, you will experience Vaikuntha directly. The deities there directly will connect you to other portals, other lokas, and bring all the best things from that loka. Not only the boons you ask of God and liberation itself. It is literally, I brought the Kailasa stage, a supernal effulgence of Kailasa, and made this Los Angeles Kailasa. Los Angeles Kailasa is one of the connection points with Maha Kailasa and Buloka and all other lokas, spaces. Los Angeles Kailasa is literally place where Paramashiva's being exists. He is not only in the form of energy, superconsciousness, state, space, powers, he is in the very form of that being. Accepting, receiving our worship, prayers, and responding with the grace and compassion and love and blessing. Vaikuntha Ekadashi, the day the doors of Vaikuntha are kept open for anybody who walks in. Vaikuntha Ekadashi is the day. So tonight Dwadasi starts. Now all the devatas are supposed to wake up and do their Panchakriya and yoga, Nitya Anushtana, and start their puja. As a gift bonus, Vishnu opens all the 11 dimensions and blesses the universe. Anybody as a free entry today. This few days, all the 11 dimensions are opened and made available for all the beings to come and enjoy. They give you free tour and free entry. And I want you to know all these are not jokes. It's true. It is really true.
नित्यानन्दपरमाशिवम्